We grew up as farm workers. The fields were our daycare. We grew up in the fields, working along with our parents and grandparents. I think storytelling was planted in me by my grandmother and grandfather because they loved to tell stories and what they call chistes, little jokes. I think that's one of the things that I just love as an artist today is I love to listen to people's stories. Stories that nobody ever got to tell outside that community. And when I became an artist, I wanted to try to tell those stories. My brothers and my family ended up raising enough money to buy me a camera, so I decided to shoot my grandfather working in the fields. I never was involved in theater until I got to college. So I was really a late bloomer. And in a way I see that with our students oftentimes. Many of our students in the arts are coming late to that art form. And so I can completely relate with, the journey that they've taken or taking. Music has played an important role for me in just in the rhythm of language, in the way words are formed and constructed and shaped and delivered. I started mariachi long before I started playing it. It was in the household, in records. Growing up, my mom would be cleaning on weekends or something, and I'd hear this music. 5 or 6 years ago, Cal State LA offered a mariachi class. So I took it. I got to be a student again. And it changed my relationship with the students in that class. These kids are so talented. We just connected and we bonded, and they now call me profe, and I just love it. I came to South Coast Repertory on a National Endowment for the Arts Directing Fellowship. One of the things that I got excited about at South Coast was new play development, new stories. One of the things we had proposed to the NEA was some sort of cultural festival to develop plays by Latino playwrights writing in English for the American theater. So that was 1985-1986 season. And we received 109 plays from Latino writers across the United States. We brought 10 of those writers out to South Coast that first year, and the Hispanic Playwrights Project was born. When I had the opportunity at Cal State LA, it just seemed like such a wonderful way to repeat that, but do it in a different way for students. The John Lyon New Play Festival was started in 1997, a place where our students could, once they've written a play, to give them space to hear their play and perform in front of an audience. We've premiered 70 plays, and this has given our undergraduates and graduate students a year-long development process with professional directors, with our student actors, with dramaturgs, faculty, designers, and guest artists, culminating into a 2-week performance there on the campus of Cal State LA. I've met some amazing people through the journey of writing and telling story. I write for both adults as well as for young people. I've got great help. My wife is a school teacher, so she's up at about 5. So by 5:15 the coffee's ready. I pour myself a cup of coffee and I go into my study to work. And for the amount of time I have, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, I'll work and then I'll go and teach. And in a way, I've sort of fed myself artistically, so that when I come to Cal State LA, I'm there for the student. I love teaching. I love our students, and they've made me a better teacher. They have something to give to this community, to this state, and to this country. And they have stories to tell. This is a Yamaha that my grandmother bought for me on layaway. So she went to La Penny, which is J.C. Penney, La Penny. She got this for me, and so it's named after her. My grandmother was named Trinidad, but I call her Trini. Yeah, she's speaking to me. She's telling me another story. She sounds beautiful. So